I personally have yet to meet an LGBT person that hasn't been unscathed by growing up LGBT. I mean, I haven't.
I want to understand why and what impact growing up gay has had on me.
There's a way to make an entrance.
This is my destiny.
It was now a conspiracy of witches.
Download Veely today.
Three, four. What to say about dreams? In my father believe aberrations can't steal your child away. Yeah.
I'm making this film while writing and rehearsing the difficult second album. No one can say I don't like a challenge.
And again. And you're reaching for your brother's arms, the two-tone flash of the alarm, and I choke. It's too close. And you're standing on that highest step. I think I'll run away from you, so I'll go. It's too F, then G.
I've lived with anxiety and depression since my teenage years. I guess I'm lucky because I recognised the problem and got help, but I do still have regular lapses.
As a band, we're pretty good at talking about our feelings. We've gotten better at it as well, and it's kind of a crazy environment to be in. I take my medication, I see a therapist once a week, and yeah, I have highs and lows, and I get freaked out a lot, but it's not as much as I used to, and I'm much better at managing stuff, you know.
It helps that my bandmates Mikey and Emery are hugely supportive when I do have an anxiety attack or when I can't get out of bed.
When you go on stage, you're on stage and there's nothing you can do to get out of that situation.
It's more acute for him because he's
right in the center.
front.
Yeah.
And singing, I think, is a very personal thing to do.
We can hide a bit behind our synths.
But yeah, there's been a few times when I've had to prop him up when he didn't want to go on stage or didn't want to go back on for the encore and just wasn't feeling very confident.
When we're on tour, I just have to get into this quite like a robot athlete. Like I'm just, you know, like focused, I go to bed early, I like have to be good to myself, like, and I have to perform on stage and almost like not think too much about everything that's going on, because I've had times when I've, you know, come off stage like and had like a panic attack and I'm like sobbing and then I have to go back on stage and it's like, you know, just like, you like take the microphone, you're like on stage smiling and you're just like, this is a nightmare. Then that's like not a good place to be in.
I've decided to take this idea of talking about things to a whole new level.
So I'm in London, I'm in East London, and tonight we are putting on a mental health themed night at The Glory, which is a local gay bar, and we're gonna have performances, and yeah, I think it's gonna be really, really fun. I'm really excited.
I'm putting on the night with East End drag royalty, Johnny Wood.
Hi, Johnny.
Hello, how are you? Oh my God, this is amazing.
I know, this is my honesty box.
Oh God, let me look at this.
Do you like it?
Beautiful. Did you do it yourself?
Yeah. I'm just gonna set up here then.
I made this honesty box to allow people to post their true fears and anxieties. It's clear none of us are talking enough about mental health, and I want this event to encourage people to share. Some will do this through performances, and I hope for others, my box will be a start.
I think as queer people, once we come out, and I think there's this pressure to sort of behave like everything's fine and you're happy and proud, and it doesn't matter who you are, there's really a stigma around talking about mental health. It's hard for everybody, but I think there's a kind of it's quite a specific issue in the queer community that I think makes it a hard thing to address.
Owning up to there being a problem is a good step forward. The next step, throw some glitter at it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the Olly and Johnny Show! Welcome to the glorious Big Gay Mental Health Night. Celebrating, investigating and getting to the bottom of gay mental health.
Now to enlist some confessions and darkest fears.
Can you come and write in my mental health box?
Oh, I might. I mean, I've got a story and after tell, so...
Put it in. Your like thoughts and feelings, like secrets, whatever, confessions. There's like pens and paper and stuff like that.
I'm supposed to stay clear of queer company.
People with mental health problems, they just need a little bit of respect.
My phone on and my phone just kept getting loads of notifications, and one of them was from my dad. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up to Andrew.
Oh my gosh. I don't know what to say. It was amazing. It was so good. I asked people to put their confessions in my honesty box. Okay, this one says, it was freaking scary, but then one day my teacher pulled me aside after school and told me about their gay friend. It was the first time I'd heard that you could be gay and happy. My depression lifted and I came out soon after. It's nice. This one says, I hate my body, I do not like what I see in the mirror, and I feel I will never find a partner until I look better and fit the gay stereotype, and it makes me really sad and hopeless sometimes. The hate of homosexuality that the world instilled in me as I was growing up stays with me. It is a battle that I attempt to overcome every day. It's quite shocking to read these because you're like, I was there tonight, like everyone's having a good time, and it's like, you can have a good time, but you know, people are actually feeling these things, and you know, this is like, that's like honest. Nothing is gonna happen unless we talk about this. Like, it's just not. Like, we can't pretend like things are gonna get better if we don't fucking talk about it. Sorry. Like, it's just not.
Everyone I've spoken to was either bullied at school for being LGBT, or it was made clear that it was shameful. Imagine the benefits to them if that had been directly challenged.
Today I'm at a school in Wood Green in London, and been asked by an organisation called Diversity Role Models to take part of a workshop that's all about LGBT issues. And my good friend Paris Lees is thankfully doing it with me. Hiya! What are you doing at the bike shed?
Oh, you know me, just hanging around. How are you?
Yes.
I'm so nervous.
Me too.
It's exciting as well though, right?
Yeah, it'll be good. It does look like a nice school, actually.
Yeah.
Gemma Curtis has been mentoring us in how to be good LGBT role models, and she'll be holding our hands throughout.
How are you both feeling about telling your stories?
Scared?
Yeah. I'm excited, but I'm really worried I'm going to cry.
Oh, no, don't. How many times have you done this, do you think?
Oh wow, at school was hundreds.
Really?
I'm not gonna lie, both Paris and I are petrified.
This is the first time I've been inside a school, I think, since I left. And I try like to not think about like young me very much because it makes me sad. And then when you're around just like loads of young people, it reminds me of when I was young.
Olly is going to introduce a bit of a game.
Anagram game. So there's going to be some words on this side that are jumbled up, and I want you to rearrange them into the words they actually are meant to be.
Lesbian.
Chat. Lesbian.
Lesbian.
Bisexual.
Woo! Very good. That was very quick.
I'm
yeah.
very impressed. Okay.
What do we think might be the key issues that somebody who identifies as LGBT would be dealing with if they were in school with you guys? Yeah. Bullying.
What kind of bullying might that be?
Stay away from your adult to be friends with you.
So rejection.
Yeah.
They'll feel bad about themselves, like being gay or lesbian.
Low self-esteem.
Low self-esteem, yeah.
Say ostracized.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a really good word, yeah.
I think because like sometimes people aren't comfortable coming out to their parents, and like their parents might judge them. They think other people might be worse and like act differently towards them.
Excellent.
I don't think this board's big enough, actually.
Let's give Ollie a big round of applause.
Thank you. Yes, so my name is Ollie. Hello, it's very nice to meet all of you. I was going to tell you a little bit about my story, my time at school. You know, people would start to say to me that the things that I did were gay, or the clothes that I wore were gay, and they meant it in a negative way. And they told me to stop being gay, stop behaving gay, that I was a puff or a fag. They'd make fun of me, or they'd push me around in the playground. And I was really terrified that I might actually be gay. Like, maybe they were right. Like, the things they were saying to me might be true, but I didn't want to admit it, because I thought being gay was a bad thing. I felt ashamed. I think the words we use are so important. We can't forget that.
I really hope you've got some questions and you're going to write them down on a post-it note.
Now it's time to see if we got them thinking.
Oh, good question. Did you ever use the word gay in a negative way yourself to fit in, Ollie?
I think I probably did, Yeah. The pressure to fit in is really big, isn't it?
Did you get help from your school parents?
No, and it's a really good question. More kids are being supported in schools now, and I think that's a really good thing. With the support of their school and their family, they are much more likely to be happy, healthy, and not have problems.
How can I help my friend with coming out?
Supporting your friends, a friend who wants to come out, is all about just, being respectful of how they feel. And if you do see abuse or your friend suffering, you're ready to step in and help in some way, even if it's just being there for them.
I wish I went to this school.
I wish I'd gone to this school too.
We've done research which shows that 2 years, 3 years down the line, they still remember the facts of the stories of the role models that came in.
Yeah.
So your stories kind of will seep in. And
People
they will
remember stories,
Yeah, they do.
Sure.
I mean, I just keep thinking if this had happened in my school, it blows my mind that it can happen in this environment.
It works too. On average, in all the schools diversity role models have worked in over the last 2 years, over 40% of students said they use homophobic or transphobic language before the session, and only 15% would after. It's great what they're doing, but why should a charity be doing this? Shouldn't schools be addressing this anyway as part of the curriculum?
Without a shadow of a doubt, it would have made such a difference if I had had LGBT inclusive sex and relationship education. It would have helped me in so many ways, and it would have helped other queer kids, but also it would have helped the kids that weren't queer, that were straight. Like, everybody benefits from this kind of sex and relationship education.
Today, my band Years and Years are headlining the Mighty Hoopla Festival in London.
Well, Mighty Hoopla is a festival kind of organised by the Think the Pink crew, who are a queer kind of collective. Should be a really queer event, lots of LGBT people. I don't actually know where I'm going. I think I need to get into a car. If I look back at myself 10 years ago, the main difference is now I know how to take care of my own mental health. Like, I have the tools available to me, so that if something comes up, I can be like, pow, knock that back.
There's a little gap here. Do you want me to cover that?
Yes.
Yeah? Well, this is a first.
Are you wearing a jockstrap?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah? You like
Yes.
I had this bright idea that I would like to be just in my gold underwear covered in gold glitter, so that's what has been happening. That's what's happening right now. It's been covered in gold glitter. Just I have these ideas and then
Getting stuck
make
in.
them happen. Everyone thought I was joking, but I wasn't. How you doing, Mikey?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Just wearing normal clothes, looking normal.
Oh my god! It's so good! I think we have a real opportunity here to help younger generations and the ones that come after them. It's a choice between kids having low self-esteem, damaged, feeling undeserving of love, ashamed, versus encouragement and positivity for them to live their authentic selves and be who they are. We have to do everything we can to make sure that happens.
Yeah, man, just need to reverse. What do you do?
And then it becomes unquestioned and normal that we have inclusive LGBT sex and relationship education. It becomes normal that parents know how to talk to their kids about their sexuality, and then we can try and stop what's the suffering and pain that's happening. I think it is really hard not to let how you grew up, growing up gay in a straight world, affect you. My journey has been really trying to reconcile everything that happened to me growing up, and you know, now I do things I never dreamed I would do. I go on stage in, you know, crazy outfits. I'm really out to everybody, and I get to spread a message in front of thousands of people.
The queer community inspires me every day. We're a very, very diverse community, but I think one thing that we can have in common is the love and support for each other. So, one thing that I've learned recently is like how hard we all find it to talk, like really, really to talk. You need to take some time to actually listen to somebody because it can make such a difference. So this tent loves you. Like no matter what sexuality, gender, what your body looks like, what you look like, whether you're femme, whether you're masc, whether you're young or old, like we look out for each other. Okay.
You deserve to have a happy life. Never think that you shouldn't have love or you shouldn't be entitled to a happy family or whatever you want. You deserve to have them. Young LGBT people are like the strongest, bravest, most inspiring people I know.